Well, hello, everybody. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and that you enjoyed your dinner and you enjoyed your family and you woke up and thanked God for the wonderful blessings that He's given you this year. We've got a group of people in this country that don't want anybody to ever talk to God. And what we have before us right now, if there's not a miracle in our country, it'll probably be banned. Thanksgiving will be banned like everything else. Can you believe that there is a group of people that do not want the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center to go up this year? That beautiful lighting, the joy people have, the fun with the kids, the excitement that comes with the celebration of the birthday of Jesus Christ. Do you know why they don't want that tree? Because it represents the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. We've got a move in this country that is very, very dangerous right now. We've got a planned Islamic takeover of our nation. We have been fighting this for years. Today, we have an awesome guest, and I know those that have been with me for years know him. We've been supporting him for years. He's spoken at all of our conferences. He's one of the most intellectual journalists out there that's conservative and knows exactly what's going on, why, and what we need to know as a people to stay free as a nation. It's Cliff Kincaid. He's written another book, The Sword of Revolution and the Communist Apocalypse, and you don't want to miss my interview with him. He's going to tell you what's going on in this nation right now with the Dominion computer mess. Well, today we have a fantastic guest, been with me for years. He is a best-selling author and is Cliff Kincaid, and I want him to tell you about his organization a little bit, and we're going to talk because he writes the most unprecedented researched materials in his books, and the things that he's done is keep us educated and right on the mark as intercessors, knowing what we need to pray for, who is involved in the work that is coming against this country. And Chris, welcome to our program again. And I am so concerned about what is taking place in this nation. And I know the pandemic is sick. We'll do that on another day. But I believe if we do not see what's going on in Georgia, we'll never know the America that we ever knew again. Can you give us some information on this Dominion computer mess and just tell us what you know about it and what we can do? I mean, what people don't know what they can do.
What I can tell you is, Faye, that I've done about 10 shows on my America Survival TV on the election fraud. And I have interviewed the experts. And let me tell you about one of them. His name is Joe Oltmann, O-L-T-M-A-N-N, and he documented a connection between Dominion voting systems and this communist anarchist group Antifa. He has documented that the head of security for Dominion was in on an Antifa conference call and told people in advance of the election that he had rigged it so Trump would lose and Biden would win. Now, if people don't believe that, absolutely true. If you go to my website,
nobody gets to hear this. You know, I know the proof is out there, but Cliff, we're dealing with the media and the cover-up. Tell people how they can get this information from you, because people are looking for the truth.
Go to my website, usasurvival.org, and up at the top there, I have a link. Just click on it where it says America's Survival YouTube channel. You will come across about 10 different interviews I've done, including with the aforementioned Joe Altman, including with a fellow from Michigan, Patrick Colbeck, who documented how Dominion voting machines in Michigan were used to alter the vote. The evidence is out there. Let me tell you this. A fellow from Colorado, an activist by the name of Joe Altman, who documented all of this, is now basically in hiding. He has hired security guards to protect him and his family.
Really?
Because of
who is he? Who is he?
Joe,
Give us he
is a conservative activist out in Colorado. He began to investigate Antifa because Antifa was doing riots out there in Denver where he lives, and he wondered why they were allowed to do this, who was behind them. He got on an Antifa phone call, a conference call, and he heard them refer to a guy named Eric of Dominion, who said, "Don't worry about Trump winning re-election. It's not going to happen." And it turned out this guy, Eric of Dominion, was Eric Coomer, head of security for Dominion Voting Systems. And remember, this Dominion Voting Systems is not only in Georgia, it's in Michigan and about 15 other states.
Do you understand where Sidney Powell is coming from? What is happening with the information that she's got? And is she being railroaded right now with this? And nobody seems to know who owns this company. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's a very complicated thing. I'm just a journalist. I just interview these people myself. If you watch the interviews I've put up on my YouTube channel, you can see that I asked about who owns it, how are they connected to this company from Venezuela, Smartmatic. It's a very complicated thing. I don't have all the answers right now, but the evidence that's been accumulated and uncovered is undoubtedly going to Sidney Powell.
So what should President Trump do now? I mean, they're setting up Biden right now. Will never be the same. Open borders, taxation 59%, Christianity will be outlawed. John Kerry is going to be heading up climate change, trillions of dollars. And John Kerry, which you exposed, his daughter married an Iranian doctor, and he helped her best man, or her husband's best man, was one of the people that set up the billions of dollars that went to Iran. John Kerry's getting ready to come back on the scene, and they're getting ready to do this. Do we have any opportunity for this to be? I mean, I don't know what can we do. The Justice Department not doing anything. I would have fired him a long time ago. I think you and I talked about that. And the FBI should have fired. If they put Pam Bondi in that Justice Department, they haven't charged anybody with anything, Cliff. Before
there's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of corruption, and I'm getting worried. As you know, President Trump authorized the transition. Now he says at the same time that he has not conceded anything to Biden. But we have to make sure that he doesn't stop fighting. I'm hearing from people who think he's going to throw in the towel, but I hear from others who say he's only begun to fight. So we have to work, get this information out, and pray.
Well, we are doing that. I mean, we are into the thousands now, knowing you get our face facts, you know what we're about. But let me ask you this. And you can say no, and it won't hurt me a bit. But would you set us free to air your interviews on our TV show and on our YouTube channel?
and give you the credit?
Well, you can certainly link to them. I'm not sure technically how to do that. All I do is put them up.
We know how to do it. We know how to do it. We just need your permission because it's your stuff, and we don't want to get sued. We can't use anybody else's stuff that we didn't originate without their permission. But my people know how to do it, and we could get those interviews out to a lot of people because, see, Sarah Ballinger, you met her in Texas. She is our Washington contact. She has 5,000 emails to intercessors every week. And our stuff goes out through her. A lot of leaders I have organized and united with, and my stuff, which a lot of them don't get as deep as I do, but they are sending out the information. And our YouTube channel has been visited by CNN. It has been visited by Fox News. We've had Fox contributors actually quoting things that I've brought to light on our show. But we would need your permission to air your interviews. And, of course, we would credit every one of them if we could do it. You don't have to tell me now, but if we can. So what you're saying is, do you think that Dominion is going to be exposed? John Kerry was listed as one of the owners of this Dominion. Where do we go from there?
All I can tell you is that Joe Altman, who discovered this link between Dominion and Antifa, has verified everything he's provided. He's so certain of it that, as I say, he's become a target. He's being threatened. And the same goes for Patrick Kolbeck, the fellow from Michigan who I interviewed this morning. He's up on my YouTube channel because he exposed the fraud involving Dominion in Michigan. He's getting threats too. So the point is that there's a lot of courageous people out there who are really risking their lives to tell this story.
And before January, America won't be the same. Do you agree?
Well, we've been warning about this, as you know, Faye, for decades. I've written 3 books on Obama, 2 books on the United Nations. We were warning about this. The only thing that's changed is now they're doing everything under the cover of COVID-19 and what they call the Great Reset.
I know that's another program. I hope we can have you in 2 weeks to maybe come back and give us another program. But Cliff, we're going to have to close out this program. I want you to give your website, your email address. I want people to donate. They can go on your website and make donations. We are partnered with you. I have a check ready to come out to you this weekend, another one. Other people need to keep you out there with the truth. So will you give us your information? Don't hang up because I got another 8 minutes with you, and we're going to talk about your book, your new book. But tell us on this program how people can contact you, how they can donate to you, your organization, and the email, your email address.
Everybody can simply go to usasurvival.org. Everything is there. You can access all of our free articles, our YouTube channel. Go to the top and use the contact form. Send me an email, and you automatically get on our mailing list, our email list. And then also at the top, you can click the word give, and that'll allow you to donate using your credit card.
Way to go. And I want to encourage, listen, people, you give money to millionaires, multimillionaires. I just read how many rich ministries are out there, $60 million, $100 million, $6 million. I said, why don't they do something with it? You need to support those of us who are on the front lines because God has called us to, and I recommend everybody do something for Cliff. Cliff, so glad you're with us. We're going to take 1 second, get them time to give us just a little bit of break in the second song, and then we're going to discuss your new book.
Hi, I just want to thank everybody who's become a monthly partner with us or who donates one-time gifts. We couldn't make it without you. For anyone this month that would donate any amount whatever God would lead you to do, and request it. I want to send you Cliff Kincaid's new book, The Sword of Revolution, and you will be so glad you got it. We are informed intercessors. Also, if you'll call my 800 number, and I need 20 people to help us end this year ahead of the game, because we want to start our harvest season in January. I need 20 people who would donate $1,000. Maybe you could do 20,000, but we want to end our year. Get the weekly face facts. We want to keep you on the wall for America's sake. Well, I just want to welcome all of our new partners. It is amazing how people are finding us, and that has been my prayer for years. In this ministry, I never wanted to build a massive move. I had opportunities to do that years ago. I turned it down because I wanted fruit to come forth in what we're doing. We are raising up prayer warriors. We have been educating them for years. In the very beginning of when I started, I was working on behalf of Israel. I've been to Israel 35 times, raised in 1 year over $1 million for the return of the Jews. I was the first Christian in America to raise funds to bring the Jewish people out of the land of the north, funded by Christians in this country. And people picked up on it. They began to do their own thing, and praise the Lord, it's still going. Since that time that our ministry used television, used conferences, crusades, the International Christian Embassy Jerusalem, we worked through and with them for years, and our partners were so effective, and the finances just flowed. And then God called me to come back to America. I was in the Ukraine, circling the Ukraine, and the Lord literally, audibly spoke to me to come back to the United States and raise up prayer teams to pray for America. Everybody pray the same prayer every week and bind the spirit of communism. And in my groups of 3 to 10, he said, when it comes to full fruition, your prayer teams will be so strong, so organized, and so united that the spirit of communism will not take over America. And I said, well, Lord, communism's dead. I was one of the first people to go across Checkpoint Charlie in Germany, went into Russia and saw how beautiful that country was, and the roads, the trees, the land, but the people could not plant a garden. Russia controlled the people. They could not build a house. Russia built the house. They could not have freedom to choose what kind of food they had, and they lived in little boxes, and 8 or 10 people would live in an apartment that we would call an efficiency apartment today, and maybe one person. And I met communism head on, and the Lord told me that it had moved its headquarters from Russia, from Moscow, to the United States. This was in the 90s. I have this in print. I've printed it for years. I came back home and began to raise up prayer teams. I didn't even know who the governor of Florida was and did not care. I was told, you don't deal with politics and religion. You don't bring politics and religion to the table. If you're religious, politics has nothing to do with you. The biggest lie that was ever told. My friends, we are raising up prayer teams. They are informed prayer teams. They understand that this nation is under siege. It's not under siege for practical things, although they want to take your land because they don't believe in private property. This country has just elected a man, unless God intervenes, that does not believe you have a right to private property. You have a right to kill the unborn and to use its body parts, but you don't have a right to be independent. You don't have a right to be free. I do not believe this is America's choice. I need prayer warriors. I need for you to say, Faye, well, I don't understand it. You don't have to understand it. I give you everything that you need. You get the face facts, I send you a prayer letter every week. I give you the instructions of what is going on that week, not 10 years from now, not yesterday, but what we're dealing with is a threat to our freedom, our freedom of religion, our sovereignty. Then I give you a Bible study that coincides with the issues we're dealing with that day, and biblically based prayer points. We have thousands of people praying with us, but they know exactly how to pray. They know exactly, and like with our guests, we stay informed. Now, if you have never prayed for America, shame on you. If you have never taken a stand, we let prayer be taken out of our schools, shame on you. We let the Bibles be taken out of our schools, shame on you. We let abortion, which is nothing but murder of the unborn, become legal. Shame on the Christians in this country for allowing that. We can't allow anything else. I need to hear from you today. You can go on my 800 number and say, Faye, I've never donated anything. Well, today's a good day to start. God has shown me that He has given His release to people who've been obedient to Him. And I tell you, we have been this ministry since the 90s. We've never gotten off course. I have people that support me today, that pray with me, that have been with me since the 90s. They would not leave for anything. Why? Because we bear fruit. So if what you're supporting and the people you're supporting and all they want you to do is make them bigger, you're deceived. That's why America's in the mess it's in. I believe next year is the year of the harvest. I need for you right now to say, Faye, I'm going to donate for Bibles. I'm going to help you win. We need laborers in our harvest, but we need prayer warriors to know what is going on in this country and to know that it's your job to know as a Christian what is taking place here. It's your job as an American citizen to know what is taking place here. If our borders are open and everybody that has come into our country is given citizenship, and we are going to fund all of their health care and all their education, think again, friend. Where does that put you? Where does it put seniors? You need to know the facts, and you need to know them now. I look forward to hearing from you really, really soon. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Hi, I just want to thank everybody who's become a monthly partner with us or who donates one-time gifts. We couldn't make it without you. For anyone this month that would donate any amount, whatever God would lead you to do, and request it, I want to send you Cliff Kincaid's new book, The Sword of Revolution, and you will be so glad you got it. We are informed intercessors. Also, if you'll call my 800 number, and I need 20 people to help us end this year ahead of the game, because we want to start our harvest season in January. I need 20 people who would donate $1,000. Maybe you could do $20,000, but we want to end our year. Get the weekly face facts. We want to keep you on the wall for America's sake. Well, time flies when you're having fun, and I tell you, I deal with issues that people should be having a nervous breakdown over. But you know, I am not the issue, and what we are vessels and instruments of God for Him to work through, because we're battling the devil and all of his cohorts. You shouldn't take it personal. And that's why intercessors grow up, because we are challenged from day to day, little things, big things, health issues, other stuff. But as long as you've got your hand in the hand of the man who still the waters, you will be victorious. And I just want to thank Cliff Kincaid so much for being our guest. He is a busy, busy guy. We support him. This ministry is going to always be a partner with him because of what he is doing. And we need your support. You can go. Also, we want you to go to YouTube /Insight USA TV. And our programs are on there. You can email our programs to people and tell people to register on our YouTube channel and see this program over and over again. We've got people who watching our programs from 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. They're informative, nothing what they're gonna be. And go to, give us your email number, your email address, because we do e-blast on tri-weekly basis. Sometimes I miss it because of holidays or something happens that I don't get it done, but weekly I produce a phase fax. This is a prayer letter unlike any other. I've had major national ministries that have come on board and used the forms that I've been using since the 90s. They're really understanding that we must get specific politically. We want you to partner with us and get this every week in the mail. You say, "Faye, I don't want any more mail." Well, you're really making a big mistake. You can partner with us. You can write me a note. I read every note I get. People support us from all over the United States. We've got people almost in every state now that have become a member of our prayer teams. And every Saturday at 2 p.m., I host a prayer and briefing call and have for ages. And you would not believe what goes on every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That number that you can call in, and you don't have to do the praying, just listen and learn. And we have over 30 states represented every Saturday, getting informed, educated, and Cliff's information. We use this information to get our intercessors and other leaders of other prayer groups, other prayer ministries, other telephone prayer ministries. You are uniting with us so that we can get more and more people informed. Please say, "Faye, I want to make a donation." It could be whatever God wants you to give, but we need $1,000 donors. We have work to do, and the holidays are here. We must win this spiritual battle. Will you join us?
Faye wants to hear from you. Her desire to see America come out of exile is raising up one of the most powerful, informed, anointed, and united prayer networks in America for America. She is organizing Christians for the U.S. Constitution to give uncompromising believers back their voice and witness. If this program has blessed you and you believe in what Faye is doing, contact her, pray with and for her, partner with her. She would love for you to host an Insight rally in your church or city. Organize an Intercessors with Insight prayer team or join one. For a complimentary pocket-sized constitution or Faye's fax, call or email Faye. faye.usainsight@gmail.com. Write Insight USA.